Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Laxoft 10 Minutes Agile podcast, Laxoft slash DXC, as well known. And today, I will be in role of a moderator. And please welcome Daniela. Hi, Daniela.
Hello, hi Maxim.
Uh,
Nice to meet you all.
so today, me and Daniela will be discussing a very intense, to say so, topic, which is called a release plan, how it can be done. Well, as far as you've joined this podcast, I believe you know that it's called Agile and all the things that is related to the Agile itself. And one of the things with Agile that you always should think a little bit ahead and always need to adjust your practices, your frameworks, right? So, we have an interesting thing here and interesting topic, and I'd like to ask you, Daniela, in terms of Agile and your, I believe, banking experience, right?
Correct.
How do you make this happen? How you do this plan and magic within the Agile, adding some spicy additions from other frameworks, or you just I don't know, pure Kanban or pure Scrum, or how do you even make these plans?
Okay, that's a good question. I think in banking it's a bit challenging to work purely agile because we know how banks are strict with their requirements, with the deadlines they have on the bank side, obviously impacting directly the team and the plan for releases or development. So it's, from my experience, it's a mix of agile with Kanban and well, even waterfall. And we're trying to keep on a day-to-day basis the principles of working that are agile, because that's really good in terms of collaboration. But releases are more waterfall type.
Mhm.
It's an interesting approach, but I will detail it a bit further. From my point of view, it should start any release plan. We should start with two things independently. So we should first, on one side, look at the activities that are happening within a team in a certain time frame, and then the actual capacity of the team that is available, including any leavers and future new joiners. So if we look at the activities happening within a development team, we have development of new functionality, bug fixing, production support, technical depth, but also activities that are neglected sometimes but are impacting the team capacity that delivery should focus on as well. So such as support for new joiners, handovers, code freeze periods, trainings, and as well if there are any kind of activities planned on the infrastructure side, downtimes, upgrades, and so on, as they seldom do, especially in a banking system. And if we consider all of these against the team that we have available, we have to map them, right? So from experience, what I did is I defined a system, a measurement system. Agile uses story points.
T-shirt sizes?
Yes, or t-shirt sizes or mandates, whatever works for the particular team. It's important everyone speaks the same language, so they're all clear. Then it's always good to prioritize, get a first prioritization, yes, and then rearrange everything in an order using a matrix system. Priorities versus t-shirt sizing or estimation. And from that point on, I think it's just refining and seeing what fits in and what doesn't, looking at the team as an agile team, yeah, considering capacity, considering the way they work in sprints, and considering the other activities that are more familiar in the banking. Yeah, you have development, you have SIT, you have UAT, you have a code freeze, and so on.
Okay, so we have taken into account all the activities that can happen during the release that we are planning. We've also counted up the capacity of our team. We also chosen some sort of estimation system like Fibonacci for
Story point.
story points, yep, or t-shirt sizes, or human hours like working days, man days, and after that, like how you actually, is there any specific processes that maybe you like most in terms of release planning, or there's nothing like too specific, and basically you can pick any more convenient for you and your team?
Usually, it's a mix between what the deadline, the client deadline, or milestones they have set up, because we know the team gets to work on whatever it was budgeted and financed by the business. So as long as there are some milestones there, we have to make sure we reach them, and so that's the order we prioritize the items that are at work. But it's very important to factor in all the other activities, because from my experience, just factoring whatever the business decided but neglecting the other, at one point they will impact the entire release plan, and there will be spillovers from release to release. I also think that a normal conversation with business owners or product owner or representative of the product owners are always welcome, because they get a visibility early on what's the plan for the team, what are they facing, and communication always brings the best of two worlds when they align to a particular goal.
Yep. Also, a little drop from our agile world. Okay, I believe we don't need to really bother everyone to go through specific tools or like specific instruments or frameworks. I believe this is up for you guys to define which is best suits for you, your client, and your project. I believe Daniela presented us the best way, like how you can approach this release planning, how you can deal with it, what things should be taken into the consideration, and how, like in big steps, you can approach this stuff. Hope you've joined this session, and see you next time. Bang.
Bye.